What's up, Hackaholics? Noodle of Death here with your weekly Hacknalysis, where I do an exclusive on a major hack catastrophe in mainstream or underground news and assign each victim a rectifiable score, indicating just how screwed or possibly recoverable their situation may be. After the exclusive, I will also help you determine if and how much this hackumstance has affected you, as well as provide some insight into ways you can protect yourself, family, and friends from hacks just like the one I'm about to discuss. Please also note that I am no expert in hacking, so if I do explain something incorrectly, I hope you will not hesitate to correct me in the comments below or in a DM. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you have not already heard about the data breach of the Marriott Starwood hotels that compromised over 500 million user records, here's some general background information and possibly some facts you may not have known. This news was made public on November 30th when New York Attorney General Barbara Underwood announced the opening of an investigation of a data breach of Starwood Hotels and Resorts, a subsidiary of Marriott Hotels. The breach was actually discovered in September when Marriott's security system fired an alert indicating there was unauthorized access to the Starwood databases. The compromise of 500 million user records puts this data breach at the second largest in history, right after the 2016 Yahoo data breach of 3 billion user records compromised. Stolen data included personally identifiable information, passport numbers, itineraries, and even payment information. Now, Marriott claims that Starwood stored payment information using AES-128 encryption, which is unbreakable if implemented correctly as of today. What most people may not know is that Starwood was actually hacked before it was absorbed by Marriott. Marriott's investigation has revealed that the data breach may have extended as far back as 2014. But wait, the merger of Starwood into Marriott was 2016. Talk about some bad luck. Or maybe Starwood actually knew about it and was like, I'm out. So now for a brief damage report. The data breach actually falls under the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation rules, which means that Marriott could face a maximum fine of £17 million or $21.65 million, or even 4% of their global annual revenue, which is significantly more. You can also tell that on October 1st, Marriott stock prices dropped about 15%, and then again when made public in November 30th, another 10%. Okay, so the damage could have been worse, it's a bit of a dent, but Marriott's so large that this isn't really going to mean much for them. They make an annual revenue of $22.9 billion. Their operations cost is literally only $2.3 billion. Where the damage really happens is with the customers, you guys. And what you don't know about it is going to hurt you more in the end than Marriott. I'll talk more about that after the scoring. But for now, we're going to move on to the vulnerability speculation. Sometimes the size and scale of a data breach can help bring some insight as to the attack vectors that a hacker might have used to get access to something that they're unauthorized to. Now, if this were a point of sales attack like the one with Target, the information stolen would have been more of users that use the point of sale system within a certain amount of time. In this circumstance, the entire database was copied. This is also called a drive-by download. Chances are somebody got on the inside somehow. Either they hacked the network or they were able to social engineer physically into the ranks of Starwood to get access to the databases themselves with possibly a USB stick or anything. Now, what else was happening in 2014? That was also the time that Sony was hacked. And if we take a good look at that, Sony was also hacked on a huge scale. An entire database was spilled out. Now, in that case, all of the data was deleted by the attacker. Chances are they are not the same attacker. However, they were probably using a similar attack strategy. Every hotel agency uses what is called a computer reservation system. That is a CRS. Now, there are a lot of vendors for CRS systems. However, there are very few for something that is international. That would be the Micros CRS and PMS system. My guess is that the security built around or in Starwood's CRS system was not designed in a defense-in-depth method. They really had only one layer of protection. Okay, so I know you've been waiting for this. Everyone wants to know, is Marriott wrecked, or is their situation rectifiable? As a pilot, I wanted to keep this video short, but I actually did do a lot of research on this and I would love to share that information with you, but for the sake of time, I went ahead and skipped this part and I'll just give you the actual total score. But if in future videos you would like me to do longer, in-depth videos with full justification and evidence, please let me know in the comments below or in a DM. On a scale of 0 to 10, where 0, they are wrecked, and 10, they may be rectifiable, I give Marriott a 7 out of 10. They will make it. And before I wrap things up, I do want to hit a point on about how you can protect yourself, your friends, and your family from these kinds of things. You may not be an actual customer of Marriott or Starwood, but I guarantee you probably know someone who does. You need to be aware that these hackers are probably going to do what's called a credential stuffing attack. That means they will take the credentials that they stole from this one breach, and they will go across all websites and attempt to log into those websites using the same credentials. I know this is extremely inconvenient, and really the only way to mitigate this is to change your password on all of those accounts, including your bank accounts, your credit statements, anything with insurance or medical. If you use that same password, if you know somebody who might use that same password, please Tell them that they need to update their information, but the fact is the damage of this data breach is still not over, and it will persist for quite a long time. So that's all I got for you folks on this Hacknalysis. What did you think? Did I give them the right score? Is Marriott actually wrecked, or do you agree with me? What other hackastrophes do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comments below or a DM. Fancy seeing my Asian persuasion nose for 4 minutes a week? Feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, till next time, Autobots roll out.